Welcome to our educational channel from class 10th mathematics chapter 5 quadratic equations. Right. So these are the topics I'll explain from this. We'll see complete introduction about this and nature of the roots of the quadratic equation. So how to find what are the type of nature of the roots are there, we'll see. And solving quadratic equations by factorization method and by using the formula. Okay, and how the questions are coming, how we can apply those, we'll see in this. And the more important, this equations reducible to quadratic equations. Any equation is given with like square root, cube root. So those type, how to convert into quadratic equations, we'll see. When you come to these quadratic equations, okay, so one by one let us see first. And before those are watching the first time, you can see the links also in description below. You can find other chapters even from other classes. And for the more updates, you can subscribe to our channel and you can see the topic wise one by one. Right. So quadratic equations. An equation with one variable. Like already we know, if I write 2x, 2x is a term, x is a variable and 2 is a constant. Right? If it is 3x square, this is also one term, but highest power for this variable is 2. So an equation with one variable in which highest power of the variable is 2 is known as a quadratic equation. And is a word, there's a equation, so should be equal symbol. So when you see the general form, ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. This is a general form of the quadratic equation. Like 3x square plus 4x minus 6 is equal to 0, or 3x square plus 7 is equal to 0. According to the statement, an equation with one variable in which highest power is 2. Highest power is 2 in this. Here also 2 it is. Even if I write 4x square plus 3x is equal to 0, or just 9x square is equals to 0. So just we can consider this. Highest power must be 2. And these are the quadratic equations, right, etc. Now we have the word discriminant, capital D. Discriminant is b square minus 4ac. Here a is the x square coefficient, b is x coefficient and c is the constant. In this equation, so a is equal to 3 and b is equals to 4, c is minus 6. If you find the value b square minus 4ac, that is called discriminant. And I'll see the more two types in this basic introduction. If any quadratic equation contains only two terms, one squared term and one first power term, so like 4x square plus 5x, that means there is no any constant term, this is equal to 0. Now these type of examples, this affected quadratic equation, this is affected quadratic equations, these are the types. That means there's no any constant term in this. And one more, just x squared term and constant, no x term. So these are pure quadratic equation. This type example is a pure quadratic equation. Only x squared term and x term, there's no constant, this is equal to 0. Affected quadratic equation, only x squared term and constant, there's no x term in this, so it's a pure quadratic equation. So in general form is this. So that means a should not be 0 in this case. The meaning is x squared term should be there. So highest power should be. Then only is a quadratic equation. So this is a general form where a is not 0. If there is no 3, 0, this completely term is 0. Now this will come under linear equations, not quadratic. That's why an equation with one variable in which highest power of the variable is 2 is known as a quadratic equation. Okay. And let us see, before going to the next topic, just how we can say is a quadratic equation or not. Those type we can expect some questions. Last question like this: 3x 2x minus 5 plus 6 is equals to 2x into 3x plus 5 minus 6. Is this quadratic equation or not? So we have to say this is quadratic equation or not. That means you have to simplify this finally. If you get highest power 2, it's a quadratic equation or else not. Both the sides. Distributive property can apply. 6x square minus 3x into 5. 15x plus 6 this side. 2x into 3x. Same 6x square. 2x into plus 5. 10x minus 6. Either side 6x square cancel. Then finally 15x plus 6 is equals to 10x minus 6. Take the terms one side. Minus 15x minus 10x minus 6 minus 6. Take right side. Then minus 25x is equal to minus 12. Finally, if you get cancelled, just 25x is equals to 12. That is, or let us take this one. Now there is no x squared term. So which is not in the form of general form. No, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is not in the form of this. So it is not a quadratic equation. Okay, these are the basic things they'll ask, and a particular value is a solution set or not. That means if we substitute value in that, if we get the equal to 0, then it is the solution set. Right? Even those type also questions like 2x square plus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. If x is minus 3 is a solution for this or not. So wherever x is there, if you substitute minus 3, if you get 0, that is the solution. So those also will see one by one. So these are the basic things, whether the quadratic equation or not, we have to find out, and we'll see the nature of the roots and how to solve the quadratic equation by factorization, formula, and how to reduce. We'll see one by one now.